What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grit Podcast, episode number 2, The Respectful Man. I'm your host, Jamie Worley. Let's do this. Welcome to the Grit Podcast.
Welcome to the Grit Podcast, the podcast that motivates and encourages you to become the real man you're destined to be. Broadcasting live in the rugged Northwest, just east of the trailblazing city of Portland. So let's get locked and loaded, because it's time to get gritty with it. Here's your host and lead grit man, Jamie Worley.
Well, welcome back to the Grit Podcast, episode number 2. Last week, we talked about what it meant to be a genuine man, the real, authentic you, no more pretending, and the freedom that is found inside of you being who you were always destined to be and who you are still destined to be. We're walking through grit, G-R-I-T, and what that means is this. Last week was the G, was the genuine man. Today we're going to be talking about the respectful man. But there's things about respect that most men don't understand. Many men go out and they just begin to demand respect when they haven't earned it. Some of them seek to earn it and they never stop earning. They never stop striving to earn this respect from the world and the people around them, no matter who it is. They just keep striving for that and they never find any comfort or peace because they won't stop striving for respect. And why is that? Because deep down, they don't respect themselves. It is so important for you as a man to respect yourself on the inside. Well, why is that? Because a man's confidence is directly attached to the respect he has for himself. Let me say that again. A man's confidence is directly attached to the self-respect he has for himself. You show me a man who lacks confidence, and I'll show you a man who feels largely disrespected, either by his spouse, by his peers, at work, his co-workers, or maybe even himself. The man who lacks confidence also always lacks self-respect or some level of it. These are the guys who they don't speak up when something is wrong. They don't speak up when they get insulted. They don't stand up for themselves. Not much makes my stomach turn and both have compassion for the man who doesn't stand up for himself, the man who just can't take initiative. He just doesn't take initiative. He's afraid of confrontation. While in one breath, that just makes me sick. Like, come on, man, you got to be a man. You've got to be a man about these types of things. It also breaks my heart for these guys because that's not the man they were destined to be. They were destined to be the strong man. You don't have to be big and muscular to earn respect. You don't even have to be an alpha male to understand and have self-respect. But there are some things that you must have. But we're going to get to that. So let me ask you this. Speaking of that, where does self-respect actually begin? Well, it begins by knowing what respect is. See, if you don't define respect correctly, how can you possibly know if you have any or not? How can you know what to look for? How can you know how to develop your level of self-respect? Respect is this. Write this down. Respect is valuing yourself enough to be the best version of you. Let me say that again. Respect is valuing yourself enough to be the best version of you. Respect doesn't begin with others. It doesn't begin with others. That comes later. But respect does not begin with others. It doesn't begin with what they think about you. It doesn't begin with what they say about you. And it doesn't even begin with how they treat you. It doesn't begin with them. Respect doesn't begin with them. Respect begins with you. Let me go further. Respect not only begins with you, but it begins in you, inside of you. How do you begin to respect yourself? Well, it's a journey. And it's not easy. Why? Because we're so used to this culture. We're so used to the world beating you down, telling you that you can't be the man that you really are destined to be. They want to keep you down. But here's the thing. You weren't destined to be kept down. You weren't destined to be so passive that you don't stand up for yourself. You were not designed to be a doormat. You are not designed to be that way. You are designed to be a strong man, beginning on the inside, from the inside out. Respect begins with you, and it begins in you. So how do you begin respecting yourself? Maybe you're falling short in certain areas, and maybe you don't give yourself a level of respect that you actually deserve. Maybe you don't think that you deserve it. I'm here to tell you right now, eye to eye. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what anybody else says about you. It doesn't matter what your coworkers say about you. I would go even so far as to say when it comes to self-respect, it doesn't even matter what your spouse says to you or about you. This journey begins in you, period. And that's where it's got to start. So where does it begin? Well, it begins, number one, is this, and we just discussed this in episode number 1. Self-respect begins with you being committed to being the genuine you. No more pretending, no more posing, no more trying to look good for everybody. None of that. It comes with you being committed to being the genuine you, unfiltered. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. I want you to take out a piece of paper. This is a good exercise. Do this in your spare time. Do it as you're sitting on the toilet. I don't care. But this is something you need to do. Pick out a piece of paper and a pen and write down all the good things about you. Notice I said the good things about you. I didn't say write down your accomplishments, the things that you're going to do in the future, your goals, the good things you've done in the past, your job, how much money you make. None of that is relevant. I know people who are very wealthy and they have little to no self-respect. That's not the answer. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having money, right? Amen. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But here's the deal. Money will not give you self-respect. Not even amongst others, not real respect. Okay? Write down the things about you that are good. You say, well, man, Jamie, I really don't know that there's a lot of good things about me. Yes, there is, and you know it. Here's the deal. If you can't find anything good about yourself, I hate to break it to you, okay? You're not only sad, but you're highly arrogant, okay? There's arrogance in that. Ask people around you who truly love you. Say, what do you like about me? Write these things down. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you're loyal. Maybe you're consistent. Whatever the case may be, maybe you're driven. Okay, maybe you're a good counselor. Maybe you're a bull in a china shop. You know, there are some good things about that. Hey, maybe you're an alpha male. Maybe you're not an alpha male. Maybe you're a sigma male. Maybe you are a beta male. Look, there are no alpha males without beta males. If there were no beta males, there would be no alpha males. Okay, both are needed and both are just as valuable as the other. We're going to get into that in later episodes, okay, because there's a big misconception about what a real man is, like they're all alphas or something like that. No, that's not the case. So number one, commit to being the genuine you. Number two, write down the good things about you. And the third thing is this. One by one, I want you to fully accept the good things about you. You go right down that list. Now, you're not going to do it all at once, and you shouldn't. Put a star by each one the moment you've said, you know what, I'm going to accept the fact that I am a loyal friend. I am a loyal person. You know what? I am loyal. You put a star by that, okay? And you put a date right beside that star on the day that you accepted that good thing about yourself. And as you begin to work your way down that list, you're going to become more and more and more confident, and your sense of self-respect is going to grow. And you know what happens when you do that? When your sense of self-respect begins to grow, the standards of the way you live your life are going to rise. And once again, just like in week 1, we talked about the genuine person. As your self-confidence rise, you're going to weed out those people who don't have your best interest in mind. You're going to weed them out. Your circle of friends is going to continue to shrink. And again, you're not doing anything wrong. You are shaving off the excess fat, people who are unhealthy for you. Don't be afraid of that. The gold is in the mining, and it's deep down, and you're going to get to it. But you've got to walk this journey of becoming a person of high self-respect. Well, why does it begin with me? Isn't that a little bit selfish? No, it is completely responsible, because here's the thing. Don't ever forget this. You can't give to others what you don't possess yourself. You can't give away what you don't have. If you're not genuine, you can't give away genuine authenticity. If you don't have self-respect, you can't genuinely give somebody else a level of respect. It's probably a level of fear. There's a difference between someone fearing you and someone respecting you. Later episode. Commit to being that genuine person. Write down the things that are good about you, and then accept those things that are good about you. Watch your level of self-respect rise. Watch your circle of friends shrink, and watch your confidence grow. I will see you next time. Next time, we're going to be talking about the intentional man. No more bumping around into circumstances. We need to be intentional about how we live every single day. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you again for watching. This is episode number 2. I know we're super early in this whole podcast journey, but listen, we need you. We need to get the word out to men. We need to motivate and encourage other guys just like you to be the men we were always destined to be. Listen, we can do it. We need each other, and we can make a difference in this world, but we can't do it alone. Like and subscribe and share this podcast with everybody that you can, so that we can reach as many men as we can. I'll see you guys next time.